Good afternoon and welcome here to Cerritos High School, home to the Signal Hill Oilers. It's another edition of Cage Rats Baseball here on the Cage Rats Audio Network on Spreaker. Today the Cage Rats in game number 5 taking on these very Signal Hill Oilers. Unbeaten this season in Sunset League play, 2-0-1 as of their record. They didn't update their stats yesterday, and I forgot to ask. So they're 2-0-1 heading into today after their game yesterday against Trotsky was not updated to the stats. The Cage Rats coming in 3-1 overall after yesterday's win, dominant over the OC Legends. On Father's Day, looking to make it back-to-back wins and get their first win of the season on the road. They are 0-1. Their only game on the road was against the unbeaten OC Pirates in Sunset League play, who just dropped their first game of the season, but it was a non-division game. Didn't count against their division standings. So the Cage Rats getting ready to come up to hit here in the top of the first. Let's get you guys the starting lineups, as it looks like we'll start just a little bit before the scheduled time of 4:30. Starting lineup for the Cage Rats look like this. It's Julian Francois leading off in left. Josh Hernandez hitting second in center field. I believe it's Harrison Faison. Trevor Faison? I don't know what the names are. Apparently I have no idea. It's Faison hitting third and DHing. Tito Robles, Andy Vega, Kyle Rawlings, Carlos Vega, Calix Armijo, Kyle Doffner, and Rowan Dupre. That is your starting 10 for the Cage Rats today. All going against the Signal Hill Oilers. As Francois steps in, takes a first pitch strike at 4:27 p.m. and we are starting 3 minutes early. We like that. So it's Francois, Hernandez, and Faison as Francois takes outside 1-1. Going against this Oiler squad, playing their home games out of Cerritos High School, coached by Vinny Chavez. As the 1-1 fastball misses inside, 2-1 to Francois, who yesterday laid down not one but two bunt base hits. One down the third base line, one toward second base, more of a drag push bunt from the left side, getting him 2 base hits. Looking to do the same here today as Francois takes inside 3-1. Funny enough for Julian this year, has yet to get on base to lead off the game, but the Cage Rats have had no issues scoring first inning runs so far in the first 4 games of the season. But for the first time, the 3-1, as Francois fouls it back, we'll do it again, 3-2. Looking to get on for the first time this season as a leadoff hitter to start the game. Nice steady breeze and what was a pretty toasty day. When I was getting here, it looked to be about low 80s, maybe mid 70s, as we're starting first pitch here around 4:30. The 3-2, Francois swings and misses for strike 3, and that's the first out of the first. This is what the Oilers lineup looks like today. On the mound, that was Moises Guzman, hailing from Long Beach City College, who was on the mound getting that first strikeout there for the Oilers. The first out for the Oilers, wearing all red uniforms, white pants, red cleats, red caps. The Cage Rats wearing their red, white, and blue usual getup, as Guzman's fastball to Josh Hernandez is a called strike, 0-1. We'll set up the Oilers defensively after the 0-1. Oilers wins have come against teams at the bottom of the Sunset League, as the 0-1 is fired in there, letter high for a strike, 0-2. Long wind for Guzman, comes home with it, breaking ball, and it's slapped foul down the third base line. Hernandez just a bit out in front. So far out of the 5 games, 3 of them have started before the scheduled start time, so just be wary, folks, when you're trying to make your way out to these games. 3 of them have started 2 to 3 minutes before the scheduled time on the schedule. Of course, that changes from time to time. From what I'm aware, the Trotsky game on Thursday is now 3 p.m. start time instead of what was a 4 p.m. start time, as Hernandez takes just low with a fastball at the knees, 1-2. Cage Rats having a 3-1 record despite facing two of the co-pitchers of the week for the Sunset League. As time was called, mid-windup for Guzman. The infield looks like this for the Oilers after the 1-2. Hernandez steps in the box. Guzman comes home. Breaking ball called strike 3. Hernandez goes down looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Guzman. So the lineup left to right for the Oilers. Starting at third base, Nick Hill, the Fullerton JC product, the Hornet. Shortstop, it is David Rivera, also listed as a Long Beach City College player. As here comes Trevor Faison, as he takes a first pitch fastball at the knees for a strike. Catching Diego Altamirano from South Alabama State, the battery mate for Guzman. Setting up a good framing job as he gets a fastball up the middle, does Faison, and takes strike 2, 0-2. Faison, his first appearance for a Cage Rat uniform in Sunset League play. Gets the chance to hit third today, already facing an 0-2 count. Guzman's 0-2. It's a fastball, had some extra gusto on it, but misses upstairs, 1-2. Right side of the infield, it's Gonzalez at second. Selby at first. The 0-2 Faison checks his swing. No swing as it goes in the dirt. They appealed to first base, and Faison just holds up. 2-2. In the outfield, it's Ford, Reddick, and Johnson. 3 in the outfield for the Oilers. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the first. Guzman to Faison. Breaking ball is weakly slapped to the right side of the infield. That's slightly dies in the grass, but fielded cleanly at first by Selby. And he steps on the bag for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for the Cage Rats. 2 strikeouts for Guzman, and the Oilers coming up to hit in the bottom of the first when we return here on the Cage Rats Broadcasting Network. No score heading to the bottom of the first inning here in Cerritos. Cage Rats against the Oilers. Game number 5 for Cage Rats, coming in 3-1 against the Oilers, who are listed at 2-0-1. Didn't get the word of what their result of the game was yesterday, but unbeaten at the moment. First pitch from Rafael Cortez is a called strike at the knees, 0-1, to David Rivera, the shortstop. Cortez, who had a good outing last time he pitched Blows a fastball past the batter Rivera, 0-2.